of what the organization wants to achieve. Now the finance manager might not understand this. So the general manager has to motivate everyone to achieve or to contribute towards the achievement of that broader goal, because he is aware of that broader goal, but they are not.
You are absolutely right. He's 100% right, and that proves the point that if general manager is the leader, whatever he is doing, he is creating an impact on the organization, right? If Mr. Suri decide to come in chappals, you will come in slippers, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Some people will start coming in shorts, Bermudas, possible. Yeah, it happens. You are absolutely right. Then if he wants the organization to achieve certain objectives, certain decorum, he needs to maintain it. He needs to influence others to come on time. He is failing to motivate you to come on time for the lecture. Some of you have come late. So I consider he is failing. He is not listening, I hope. So we agree that the leadership does impact our lives. It does impact our organization also. It's a serious subject, leadership. And does it impact our country?
Yes.
Our favorite subject. Yeah. We can all give the strategic answer to the failure of leadership in India. But it does impact. Right? You explain how it does.
So my name is Najib.
Najib.
Najib. Yeah. So for talking about this, you can do it more so by comparison. Like you can compare Dubai or UAE with India. The leadership difference really shows. Here the leaders have they are united and they have a common vision of, instead of fighting with each other, they all want the development of the country, development of the citizens, to go more than their self-interest or something. But when comparing that to Indian scenario, over there obviously is every day there are more of fights than about deciding something what is good for the people. So yeah, when you compare it, you can clearly see the difference where a good leadership is impacting a country.
Right. Any example of bad leadership in India which has hurt India in last 20 years very badly? Yes.
So I don't mean to be biased over a political party as such, but when Congress came up with these schemes of, for the Garibi Hatao, they came up with different schemes where you don't need to work much, but we'll give you guaranteed food. See, that they are creating an illusion that they're being good leaders by helping people out, but in reality they're just making people more poor. So it's a very bad illusion of being a leader, but they were horrible leaders to the country, and because of that the country went in ruins.
So because of their bad leadership, the country got impacted very badly. Negatively, it can be positive also, but it got what example you are giving, what I asked, the negative example, it affected us negatively. Anybody from villages here, or you're all Dubai? Anybody from villages? You are from?
Sir, Mahi.
Mahi, you are from which part of India?
Mahi is in Kerala, sir.
Kerala. Kerala doesn't have poverty.
No, but you asked villages.
If you have to see poverty, you have to travel to other parts of India. No, last October I had a vacation in a place in Himachal Pradesh. It is called Sangla Valley. Anybody heard? Most of you would not have heard. It is very close to Tibetan border. It's one of those few places where people don't like to go and have holidays. It's very treacherous, the roads are very narrow, very dangerous. So I drove there for a full day along with my family, with my 7-year-old. I wanted them to have a feel of danger, adventure. This scheme which was recently announced by what she mentioned, I'll just give you the real impact of it, which they were saying food guaranteed. The people there have enough which comes from the apple orchards and all that, they don't die because of hunger. Little bit of money which they needed, which they get from the government, what they do with it? Government says break few stones for making the road. The guy in the Panchayat Raj and all that, the downmost chain of the bureaucracy. Some people will go with a hatoda, that, for breaking these stones. In the morning 10 o'clock, and by 3 o'clock they come back, they're broken few, and 4 o'clock what they do? They got the money in their hand. What do they do 4 o'clock? Huh? Yes, they go and booze. 80% people don't even want to go and do the hatoda also now. Because they are getting food guaranteed. Itna khana mil raha hai na. So now their only concern is, you see, pardon my language, the human beings need food, their wives, and after that they need to get drunk. If they get these three things, they don't want to do anything. This happens with a lot of those people. So she was right, when we are giving them that one little thing which could have motivated them to work, that also we have given them. Now you don't work, you get drunk. So policies and leadership does impact our country, negatively or positively. In last 6 months, Mr. Modi has done what magic? India has changed suddenly from North Pole to South Pole. It is same India, it is same Bombay, dirty, ugly, smelly, same Delhi. What has changed? What has changed? People have changed. We have got new people.
People are believing.
And why this has changed? Why your views have changed? Your views have also changed now about the India, right? What they were 1 year back. They have changed or not? Why they have changed?
Because we believe that the leader actually has some power over his own party. I mean, the last leader we had no power in his own party. So how can he have power over the country as such?
He's actually leader of the last government.
True.
Leader is powerful.
No, but leader is president.
No, but has he impacted our country?
No.
No.
Yes, he has.
He has.
We don't count negative.
Positively or negatively?
Positively.
We all agree. So we have seen two examples. A leader can impact it negatively and leader can impact positively. It is same India, same we people. Nothing has changed except the leader. So a leader can influence the country in a big way. This we agree? So again we go back to the same question. It's hard to understand. What looks is not. What at surface level is not what the leadership is. So what do you think leadership means? Now can somebody define it a little better? Any volunteer? I love volunteers. Any volunteers? Lot of chocolates. Any volunteer? Somebody can define. We have had a lot of conversation.
You just motivated us. You're a leader.
You're not getting motivated. You need to motivate me to come and talk to you again. Huh?
Sir, no, you gave us chocolates. I mean, you're promising us chocolates.
Still you're not getting motivated to give me the answer. Anybody? You see, in army they say, in army they have two ways of doing it. When any instructor is addressing the cadets or the officers, he is simple. You say, okay, this is the question. What do you think of leadership means? You volunteer or I nominate. Either you volunteer or I nominate. That's what they say. Go ahead, sir.
Leadership, it just changes with the situation. I mean, there's no particular definition for leadership. For example, Hitler was a leader. His motive was something, and he could implement it however he saw fit. So he is a leader. Same way Bill Gates is a leader. He does it for good. The other one does it for bad. So at the end of the day, it all depends on your means and how you perform.
Oh, very good. Claps for him. I think chocolate is also. Okay, we have a choice. You like dairy milk?
Yeah.
So can I make a point?
Yes. Yeah, please.
He said that Hitler was a leader but in a bad way. Now it depends on who's how you see it from. If you see it from the people who were being oppressed initially, not being religious but Christians, they would have seen Hitler as a great leader. The Jews later got oppressed because Hitler came up and actually spoke for the Christians.
No, you are absolutely right, and he is right. What my learning from him is that leadership is situational.
Yes, it is.
See, Hitler saw an opportunity in that operation to become a leader, to influence people, to get what he wanted as his vision to be realized. So he directed people in that direction. So he was also a leader.
You can't call him a bad leader.
Yeah.
He was a good leader.
He was a good leader.
See, if you see it in that case,
He-
Churchill was
No, I agree. He was a good leader. He was able to put the whole world to war. No, as a leader, he was able. I am agreeing with you. I am fully agreeing with you that he was a great influencer. That Germans started believing in that they are better than the other humans. But he was able to influence. Now we are not debating whether Hitler was right or wrong. We are only saying, was he a leader, a good leader in the sense, in the isolation, if you don't see what he is pursuing. If you see his skill set as a leader, was he a good leader? He was. He was. So we'll leave the definition here and we'll still try to, unfold our understanding. Now we'll do little game, little exercise. I need, how many of you are here now? 4, 8, 12, not too many. So I want 4 volunteers. 4 volunteers. Okay, before you volunteer, how many of you know, with all due respect to the finance function, I love finance. I have founded a company which has only finance people and I learn from them. But how many of you know that the 99.8% CEOs do not come from finance function in the world? How many of you know? How many of you know? How many CEOs you know who were CFOs of their company and now become CEOs? Why? Leadership? Because they don't volunteer to give answers. So I need 4 volunteers.
For what exactly?
I'll tell you. That's the surprise, we'll tell you. Yes, please come here. Please come. One more, please. You are? Rupesh. Jay. And you are? Vishal. You? Shruti. Okay. Now these 4, this lady Shruti and Rupesh, Jay and Vishal, they will be the evaluators. Right? Rahul, now we need to divide the balance all in 4 groups and then we begin. Once you finish with that, I'll have a conversation with them. You can give me the form. You can divide. So these guys will be the evaluators. They will be evaluating what you would be doing. So because they volunteered, they got the opportunity to use. Yes? We can start. Rahul, you are in charge. Yes, we can start now. Your time starts now. Go to your team, sir.
No, we just give them a plan. Get something interesting in between.
boys. This is your time. Exercise. Yeah? How was the exercise? So you guys came out with some great ideas, I'm sure. Okay, A1, you have just 2 minutes to come and talk. A1, give your name first.
My name is Rubia.
Yeah.
Good morning. The topic that we have chosen is the million-dollar question that sir had asked. Why are we pursuing the course of CA? Okay, the points that we have gathered together is that first of all, when we look into the CA, ICAI, the emblem, we can see the picture of a eagle. The eagle is a special bird that flies above all, it goes into a great height that a bird usually never goes. It sets its nest in a great height and it shows a willingness to grow higher and higher. So that is one point that we have brought. Then at the beginning of the CA course, to our knowledge, what we have known is that there were only 4 phases: the entrance phase, then the intermediate, that is IPCC phase, then the articleship, and after that the final course. But now we see that it has grown to a greater scope, that they wanted to increase the communication skills, so they have introduced the GMCS 1, 2. Then they have also wanted to improve the CAs to the international level, and they have introduced the IFRS as well. So we see that there's a persistent growth that the ICAI itself wants to go. Then this year the President of India had also mentioned that we need more chartered accountants, because he had especially mentioned it, and my parents have been always after me saying, we need more chartered accountants. That's what the President said, how much more we expect from you. So I must say within the 6 months period, my parents have told it to me maybe 100 times. Then in 1949, the ICAI was set up under the Act. Then we see how the legal body.
Thank you. Clap for her. Well done. A2.
So my name is Gopika.
Yes,
And,
Gopika.
actually, all of us found a common interest. So we all like cricket, so we thought we'd talk about that. And we chose the topic basically because cricket is all about leadership, team spirit, sportsmanship, and all that. Though we're not discussing about that here, we just thought we'll talk about the evolution of cricket, as in how it was a pastime for probably Prince Edward in England. It was just a game that he played with clubs and balls at that time. So how cricket now has evolved and how it became more competitive, how it actually impacted an entire country, and people started looking into it, and other countries adopted the game. And we've reached a level where now cricket has rules. It has probably a use of a lot of technology, and so it's become more competitive. It has become a sport. Basically, it was a pastime once. It's now a sport. And how finally it is commercialized so much, and the IPL, how it came. That is, cricket first was just probably a game that would never stop, and then it became Test cricket, and then the coming of 50-50s, and it was then 2020, and now it's IPL. How it's completely commercialized now, and how it's not the game that is more important at the moment, and it's more of the glory, the fame that cricket concentrates more on, and the sponsorship, the money. So basically, a game that was once just a pastime for just some people is now a game that where it has reached a stage where a cricketer could be a richest man in the world. So like the evolution, the movement from that basic stage to such a higher stage, we just wanted to discuss. That's it.
Thank you. A3.
What's up?
Yeah, please.
Good morning, everyone. 40 years ago, a small employee in Motorola, and when I say small, I don't mean small, I mean tiny guy, he made the first mobile call from Motorola. And since then, we've seen a great change, revolutionized changes in the mobile community. BBM, with its amazing innovative technology which allowed BlackBerry users to communicate with each other at the tip of fingers, and that's made social media all the more interactive. Ever since the green bubble popped up on all our phones, and when I say all our phones, I literally mean all our phones, it's created a wave, a ripple effect that can be seen in what we do, and what we say, and what we think. WhatsApp, it's formed part of our daily lives. It's something we use every day. It's something that we do. Just like we eat, we sleep. That's what WhatsApp is. It's a part of our lives. How do we actually communicate by WhatsApp? It's become somewhat of a privacy issue ever since the last seen things come up. We've been expecting people, oh, he's seen my message. Oh no, he hasn't seen my message. He hasn't replied. What's happening? That's how it's been, right? But WhatsApp has become somewhat of a problem to some people, because in groups we can find that we've become part of communities within a community, and our gallery started looking like Christmas or Diwali or Onam, and that's what's happening right now. But nonetheless, it's a great application that we have, and in the wise words of Caesar, it came, it conquered, and it was last seen at 10:55. Thank you.
Thank you. What is your good name? You are? Niket. A4.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Murgesh. And yeah, let me start off with a quote I've always believed in since the time I read it. It's from the poem If by Rudyard Kipling. And it goes, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Okay, if I heard it, I was like, okay, it's a poem, I need to buy hard this. Well, when I went through it, all I thought was, okay, I need to be a CA. And what do CAs have? Oh yeah, unforgiving moments. That's what CAs have. So let me start with my topic. My topic is something that every single person has in their heart. Every single person enjoys, every single person wants, and it's parent. It's parent as a leader. Right from our birth, right from the time we were immature, they allowed us to actually make decisions. And they actually influence us in such a way that we never knew they were influencing us. They gave us all we wanted, but they also stopped us from doing a lot of things. They allowed us to play, but they never allowed us to go for night outs when we were 10 years old. So they actually shaped our minds until we reached the talking point of our career. That's where we had to choose our path. And that's where they gave us our two roads that we had to choose, either the one less traveled by or the one that usually people travel at. And I'm sure we've all chosen today the one that's less traveled by. And it's through these that we can actually know how our parents have acted as leaders for us. Our parents, even now we know, okay, we are doing something where there's a 1% pass rate. But yet we know that if there are pitfalls, they will save us. If there are any problems, they will be with us. No matter what happens, they will give up everything for us. And that's what we all need to follow. And that's something that I feel is a very, very influential topic.
Thank you, Manoj. This was an amazing exercise. It was great to hear you guys what you have thought of in such a short time on your feet. Again, claps to all of you. This is leadership. What Peter Drucker says, do I care? I don't care. You were able to handle the situation. You were able to come to a conclusion that, yeah, this is what I have to speak on. I didn't give you a topic, did I? So you had a situation, what to do. So you had a little bit of confusion in the group. Somebody must be saying, let's do this, or let's do this, or let's do that. But you finally decided to speak on one subject. Is this leadership within your own group? So where are the leaders coming from? They are in you. The leaders are coming from all of us. The moment a situation is there, we handle, we become leaders. Do we agree with this? Do you agree that you have the inherent leader in you? With today's exercise, does it get proven that you don't have to be that tall, big talk person to become a leader? Did somebody set a direction? Did somebody give an objective? Did you decide, okay, let's do this? Did somebody did that in your group? Or did you do it all collectively? You see, very interestingly, the evaluators have one great finding that most of you use the word we instead of I. More often you have used we. So a good leader will always use we because the I is immaterial. That means you girls and boys have tremendous leadership DNA within you. Tremendous. I have not seen many adults using we so much. Adults like to, I told you this, I am saying this, I am told you this, I know from my experience, I know for last 20 years it has never been done this way. So we is a great finding. I am very impressed. Some of you were able to devise an action plan in a span of such a short time. Is this leadership? So what do managers do? Devise action plan, devise a strategy, decide what to do. Morgesh came with some very good quote, although I would want to hear that. I have not understood it fully well. I am not good at deciphering poems, but it sounds something very interesting. He came with Caesar, very good. So you guys are the true leaders. That is the exercises for you to realize that you are the leader. You have the leadership quotient in you. You have the leadership DNA in you. Then what is the issue? Why the world has the dearth of leadership? You all have that leadership in you. Right? What leaders do? Let's understand. Now we have done exercise, we've done the activity ourselves. What leaders do? They use we rather than I. Did I tell you to use we? Did I tell you? You used it yourself. So it means you have the leadership in you. You devise a vision. What is a vision? To speak about IPL, to speak about WhatsApp, very apt subject. So you devise the vision also, that you have to speak in 2 minutes. You set a direction. How did you set a direction? Okay, we are going to speak about this and this is what I am going to speak about, and how start, how I close, little bit of conversation and the input from everyone. So you did that. So how is it that what you did is all coming in the slide? I didn't tell you that this has to be like this, right? You formulated a strategy. Now what is a strategy? Somebody would have decided, okay, you go and speak, or I will go and speak. Somebody said that? Somebody said that in the group or not? So that is the strategy. Okay, Nikesh, you go and speak. That is also strategy, right? Okay, we have to address, we have to speak. That is the task that we have to speak. So what is the strategy? We'll speak on this, you will speak. So that's what we have done. Or I will speak. Then you listen to each other. That is why you were able to come to a conclusion or come to a common objective. Okay, this is what we will do. You observe what the others were saying or what your colleague was saying, your friend was saying. You communicated to each other. Did you or did you not? You got the action plan formulated and executed because you came here, you took the trouble, you took the courage to come here and speak. Right? The group, the friends, the team member, they empowered each other, or they finally agreed, okay, this guy will speak or this girl will speak. By giving ideas to your team member, are you empowering him or her? Like somebody said, okay, I'll speak on IPL. You are Gopika said, okay, we'll speak on IPL. So somebody would have given some input on IPL. So you are doing what? Empowering. Now, how is it that everything you do is the what leadership requires, and we still have the crisis of leadership all around us? And how is it that everything which you have been doing is coming on this slide which I made and which you had no clue about? Is this a question? Is this a thought to ponder? Right? Now let us see, we migrate a little. We add little spice, we become little real. We sum up the true leaders whom I'm sure all of us have heard about or known about. They are from our lives. Like as today you have demonstrated that you have all the right ingredients to become great leaders. It is we adult managers, CEOs who will kill all your leadership. We will kill it. And then you will also kill it. Because then you want to please the manager. Anybody heard this name?
Yes.
Sam Manekshaw, the only field marshal from India, the guy who won 1971 war. I am from military, I am getting frustrated that my younger generation doesn't know who won the war in 1971. He was the chief of army staff in 1971 when India won Pakistan war. I think I have to tell Suri. You should know a little bit of history. These are the true leaders. You see, I am just taken from different walk of life. Kalpana Saroj come from a family of Dalits. Martin Luther King comes from African American generation when racism was normal way of life, where in a bus the white sat in front and the blacks had the designated seats. Those are the era. And Manekshaw, of course, come from military, serving the nation. No, this is Kalpana.